Hello everyone, and welcome to this ITIL 4 Foundation training course. This is just a 4 or 5 minute introduction and preview to show you what the Service Desk Academy ITIL 4 Foundation course will be like. My name is Stuart Rance, and I'm based in the UK. I'm sitting in my house right now just outside London. I'm an expert in both IT service management and information security management. I'm a consultant and a trainer and an author and an examiner. I'm one of the authors of ITIL 4, as well as of previous versions of ITIL and of Resilia, Cyber Resilience Best Practice. And I spend my time going around to various large organizations around the world, helping them get value from IT service management and information security management. I'm going to show you 2 or 3 of the slides from this training and talk about them to help you understand ITIL 4. And we're going to start with the definition of a service, which you can see on this slide. Service is a means of enabling value co-creation by facilitating outcomes that customers want to achieve without the customer having to manage specific costs and risks. That's quite difficult language, and I want to focus on just 4 of the key words in this definition: value, outcomes, costs, risks. Value is something that we can't deliver to our customers or create for them. We co-create value with our service consumers. What that means is that we work with them, and we all have to be involved in value co-creation. We don't deliver value to customers. We don't create value for customers. We co-create value with them. And we do that by helping them to achieve outcomes they want. Let's imagine, for example, that we are delivering a sales enablement service, the sort of software product and application and service that enables people to keep track of sales opportunities and to run and manage marketing and sales campaigns. The outcomes the customer wants to achieve are increased sales or improved relationships with their customers. We don't deliver that to them. What we deliver to them is a reliable service that enables them to store information about their customers and to manage their marketing campaigns. We have to co-create the increased sales or the improved relationship with them. We provide an application and infrastructure and networking and a capability. The customer and the user make use of that in order to co-create with us the improved sales or the improved relationship. And we also help the customer to manage some specific costs and risks, and we'll see a bit more about that on the next slide. Every service helps to support some outcomes, in this particular case, increased sales and improved relationships. And every service removes some potential costs from the customer. In this case, the customer doesn't have to have a software development team that develops their own sales enablement system because we're providing that to them as a service. There's probably other costs that we remove as well, the costs of providing infrastructure and so on. And every service removes some risks from the customer. In this particular case, we're removing the risk that they might misconfigure their infrastructure, that they might have bugs in the software because their developers aren't very experienced, that they might fail to install security patches and so on. But correspondingly, every service also introduces some new risks. In this case, the risk that they might lose their network connectivity to us and therefore have no service at all, or the risk that we might go out of business and then they no longer have a service provider and a service. Every service also introduces some costs for them. In this case, there's both the costs that they pay us for use of the service, potentially the costs of training their salespeople, or the costs of upgrading some of the salespeople's laptops because they're not quite powerful enough to run the software. And also, every service affects some outcomes that might otherwise be achieved. If they develop their own sales enablement software, then they would improve their skills at software development, and they'd have a software development team that they could use for other purposes. But we've affected that outcome because we're developing the software for them. So the customer needs to look at the balance between the costs and risks that we remove and the outcomes that we support, and the costs and risks that we introduce and the outcomes that we affect. And that balance, as they perceive it and as they think about it, represents the value of the service to them.